10 digits. The decimal system is a positional value system in which the value of a digit depends on its position. The rightmost digit has the least positional value, weight. Therefore, it is called the least significant digit, LSD. The leftmost digit has the maximum positional value, weight. Therefore, it is called the most significant digit, MSD. For example, the decimal number 547 consists of the digits 7 in the units position, 4 in the tens position and 5 in the hundreds position, and its value can be written as 5 into 10 power 2 plus 4 into 10 power 1 plus 7 into 10 power 0, 5 into 100